Welcome back, y'all. It is the Drunk Capitalist here again, and I got some more news regarding the PPP loan fraud for you guys here today. So, recently, a bunch of dudes got swept up by the police for fraud. Apparently, this fraud also includes the PPP loan and unemployment insurance fraud. Now, that's a big case. Now, this is what I mean when I've said previously in a bunch of other videos, like, people are out here committing ridiculous fraud in order to flex on the gram. And that's exactly how this gang, because it is a gang of people, got caught with their fraud case. Regardless, they were going to get caught regardless of the fact that they posted pictures on social media or whatnot, because PPP loan fraud is just a bad way to fraud. Unemployment loan fraud is just a bad way to fraud. Because they can trace the money. Everything is digital. They can trace the money. So they know where the money went. But these guys, they all frauded. Had like a whole, gang culture, scammers. It's a popular Brooklyn thing to do. Let's just get right into it. So, we got the New York Post here. It says Brooklyn Wu Gang members swiped $4 million in COVID relief funds, according to the feds. 11 men associated with the Wu Gang in Brooklyn were charged Thursday for allegedly stealing more than $4 million in COVID-19 relief cash. Now, the only time I've ever heard the Wu was on like Pop Smoke's music, but I'm not sure if this is the same Wu Gang he's affiliated with. I really don't know anything about the gang culture. It's no longer the Bloods, Crips situation. It's not as simple as that anymore. There's a bunch of gangs and pockets of people all around the city. So nearly a dozen men associated under the Brooklyn-based Wu Gang were charged Thursday with allegedly stealing more than $4 million in COVID relief cash and boasting about the scam in a music video. I kind of want to watch this music video, to be honest. 9 of whom in Brooklyn used personal information, including driver's license numbers, from 800 people to submit unemployment claims worth about $20 million. And here's my thing. I'm not trying to offer advice, anything to do with fraud. And if you're a fraudster, I'm trying to give you advice. This is not financial advice for anybody. I'm here to say what I would do. But I would never do this. I'm just saying, if I scammed over $20 million with 12 dudes and we splitting that down evenly, that means you got a couple mil. What are you still hanging out for? If anything, disperse. Disperse. You go to St. Lucia. You go to St. Anne's. You go to St. Kitts and Nevis. You go to England. Why are we all hanging out in the streets of Brooklyn? I don't understand it. I just don't understand. Why are you still exactly at the address that you typed in? I just don't get it, bro. I just don't get it. So here we have a huge photo of, I guess, the Wu Gang and a few of the members. And yes, maybe it is Pop Smoke for real, because here you can see Pop Smoke's mural right behind them. That's crazy. Okay, so now we got Steph 30 flexing on the gram. He got that Burberry on. He got that Dior on. And now you got a dude over here. Is that a Maybach? Okay, throwing up gang signs, so letting people know he's part of the gang. And then you got this fool over here with the money phone. I just don't understand it. I don't understand. You're talking about a digital world. You got here flexing cash in hand, like people ain't looking for money. Song includes the lyrics, "Unemployment got us working a lot." One of the suspects bought identifying information of the victims, including driver's license numbers, for $150 a piece. That is how it is. Hackers, the way scamming works is hackers hack people's information, whether through phishing emails or breaking into the back doors of different websites that you type your information into, and then they sell that information on the dark web, and scammers buy that information and they attempt to scam you or use your identity fraudulently in order to accumulate funds. that is the basic gist of it. And that's why you have to protect your information and stay vigilant on your accounts, whether it be your bank account or just any account that you have that has, sensitive information like that, and update passwords often as possible. Do what you got to do, because there's people out here that are literally working day in and day out to take your money, or use your name in order to get money, which is in this case the unemployment fraud, where they apply for unemployment for people, and it's very likely that some people that they frauded with unemployment didn't need unemployment, so now those people are going to have someone to answer to when it comes to tax filing. And then there's a possibility that maybe half the people that they filed unemployment on did need unemployment, and they got in the way of that person attaining their unemployment funds, which probably put them in an even worse predicament. That's why you should never be doing stuff like this, to be honest, because it just gets a lot of people hurt, But yeah, they're just out here, it looks like they probably took trips to Miami. They got the fast cars. People just really can't help it. And the thing about it is that when you're young and you're black, not to make this like a, very sensitive social topic or whatever, but when you're young and you're black, people are not expecting you to have money, because one, you're young. Young people don't usually have millions of dollars. Young people are not usually driving Ferraris and Lamborghinis. And then two, you're black. I'm sorry, but that's just, people are looking at you like you're broke. Like, the system is literally engineered almost to the T to almost ensure that you are broke. So now that you're young and black with a Lamborghini, there's going to be eyes on you. There's going to be people that aren't even cops that's going to be calling the cops. I just seen a young black man driving a Lamborghini in New York City. I think there's something going on. Literally, come on now. You guys have to be smarter. Social media gives you this feeling the world is your oyster. You can do whatever you want. No one's checking for you. Oh, you can have online business and all that stuff. But let's be real, not really. That's really not reality. So apparently the Internal Revenue Service wants to hire some new employees. A part of the bid is President Biden wanting to build a army of IRS auditors. So when I said to you guys before, they are coming for you. It doesn't matter what you do at this point. If you submitted this paperwork, according to the PPP, you will be audited. I don't think anyone is going to be skipped over for auditing in the next 3 or 4 years. If you file for PPP, you will be audited, point blank, period. I don't think that there is any room or space for them to be hey, we're not going to audit this person that received this fund. You know what I'm saying? So when I say they're coming down, and they're coming for everyone. While a few people like paying taxes, they are necessary to keep the country running. Unfortunately, Maryland try to skirt the system, and they aren't just big name actors or deceased New York tycoons. That is exactly why the Internal Revenue Service is ramping up its enforcement efforts this year. Everyone is trying to get away from paying taxes, and that's one of the things I kind of want to get into in the future. And I'm gonna read a lot of stuff and get the information properly, but I want to see how they're going about people that never filed any business information before, but took out a PPP loan, and now come time to pay the piper. What are they going to do as far as putting the information down on their tax forms? Because what's the plan here? You lied on the form. You didn't lie on your tax before. You lied on the PPP loan form, and now in the future, now you have to try to catch up with the lie and try to figure it out on paper. I'm very interested to see how that's going to go for a lot of people. And again, I'm not happy about all of this and everybody going to jail and all this stuff. I'm just disappointed in the fact that a lot of people did this in order to flex on the gram during a crisis. You know what I mean? Taking crisis money, crisis funds in order to buy Lamborghinis or just rent Lamborghinis and buy luxury streetwear items and just foolishness, like straight up foolishness. Like, it's ridiculous. And I look at that black community, I look at that photo, I look at the photo of, the Wu gang, these photos of these young black men that could have just did something else. You know what I mean? We have this huge group. You know how many families are involved, of these people are connected to? You know how many families are going to get hurt off this? You know how many people they hurt off this with the unemployment scamming? Like, it goes really deep. And it's like, it's just ridiculous. It's foolishness. I get it. Some people were calling the PPP loan their personal reparations. It don't work like that. It just don't. Not when they have your address and all your information. And they know all your friends. And you're posting pictures on the gram. It just don't work like that. Y'all will all be at Rikers together. Come on. It doesn't make any sense. But thank you guys for watching. This is another episode of The Drunk Capitalist. And I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully with better news. Peace.